All right, moment of truth on the CB125. This thing sat for a very long time. We've been chasing a high idle issue with it. I'm leaning towards this carburetor. It's got an ISO performance knockoff eBay carburetor, so why not buy another knockoff eBay carburetor? Although this comes in a Honda box, I'm going to show you why it's actually still just a knockoff. But it's from a CB125 over, and I've waited for it to come from Malaysia, and it has arrived. We are going to swap this carburetor out with this one and see if I can't get the idle to be fully adjustable. No matter how far out I have this idle adjustment right now, I can't get the bike to shut off. So we're in front of the F. That's an issue because it's just idling on its own, regardless of where you have it. We've done ignition system testing until our face is blue. We rebuilt the air filter. We got valve adjustments done. It's all coming down to potentially this carburetor. If this does not work, I have one other trick up my sleeve that we can try. Let's just see if this fixes it. So, my name's Cody. Welcome to Motorcycle MD. Let's see if we have the solution for this bike. So, our knockoff carburetor, they have managed to get a factory Honda box with a nice sticker on it. However, there's some things that are some telling signs about this actually being a knockoff. The lettering right here on this carburetor, this PZ26, it's a little odd to me. So is the drain screw on these. Honda typically always, or Kian, always does a straight flathead screw on the bottom. These are two other factory PD carbs. The labeling is just a lot different on these, and flat screw, okay? Same with this one, Kian flat blade screw. It's just, that's one of the signs. Just the material on this alone is different. This is super shiny, okay? It's super shiny. All these faux brass pieces, it's just the coloring is off on them. And this hose, Kian would not send you a hose like this. This is an aftermarket carb. Nor would they use that type of clip. So just buyer beware on eBay. They say factory OEM, and if you read in the descriptions closely, it says like factory OEM, or I'll show you what I saw on the description. I kind of knew what I was getting when I bought it, but it's pretty darn close, right? Even this material down here is just not, it's just different. It's just different. The texture of it's different from what you would normally find on a factory Kian carburetor. So, we're not going to touch this thing at all. We're going to throw this thing in just how it is. The only thing I'm going to change on this is our slide. Nice and clean. Seems to, has no resistance there. Goes all the way down. We're going to change the mixture on this before we even get it on the bike. We'll see where it's at right now. Half, 1, half, 2, half. That's not actually bad at all. On this one, we're going to set it right back to what it was, honestly. 1, 2, and a half. If anything, I'll do a little quarter turn right there. All right, let's get it installed. There was some really good suggestions in the comments, too. A lot of people were talking about throttle free play. Or at the top of here, since this is adjustable, can we allow the slide to go all the way down? All of that was checked methodically. All great ideas, just unfortunately not the solution for this. I'm going to cut this thing off. It's so hard that I can't get it over the cable. Alright, so this is not adjustable top, so we might be able to reuse the old one because I do like the adjustability of that one for now. Let's just throw this on here. Throw our gasket in there. Throw our spring on. Spring's different, a little bit longer, as you can see. Okay, our new slide. Is that a clip style? It is a clip style, and it looks like it might be adjustable. Push that down and lock that in. Okay. Cable all the way in. Makes me a little bit nervous, but there's a lot of free play in this, as you can tell. Lots of free play. That thing is snapping all the way back, okay? Not concerned with that. Take this off. Choke is up, off is down. We have our O-ring back here. I'm gonna go ahead and grab a little bit of my fuel-resistant MotoSeal gasket maker from Permatex. It's not necessary for this, but I just like to use this stuff for the sake of how well it does work with fuels and stuff getting to my O-ring. If I can create a better seal, then I will. Very, very light. Again, not likely necessary, but it's just something that I do out of habit. Go ahead and throw our gas line on. I'm not sure where this is at right now. Let's back it all the way out, and we'll just go until I feel some resistance right there. Let's just go in 1 full turn. I'm gonna lock these down gently. Don't like over tightening these on these flanges. They can warp them. Let's add some fuel and get this thing going. Drum roll begin. Okay, float needle is seating. That's good, it's a good sign. All right. All right, I was able to shut it off. Let's get it fired back up again. Bring it up. Just let it warm up a little bit. You can hear the idle RPM increase as it starts to lean out without having gas. And as it warms up, idle may increase, you know. It's running better, it's getting hotter. Just bring this down. That's low, and I can shut it off. Bob's your uncle. For anyone who may be wondering exactly what might have been the problem, that you can't really compare too much without another one to verify with, is if I shine a light through this mouth, look at how much light is there. Okay, you can actually see the metering screw right here to raise and lower it in between 2 lines of light. Okay? It's the side, it's a clearance between this center piston and the body. This is our new one. Same angle, same light. It's still there, but nowhere near as much. It's a lot tighter tolerance. So this could have been leaning out the entire mixture, letting in so much air, almost working like a vacuum leak in a way. It's not a vacuum leak, but it's just allowing a lot of excess air into the system and saying, and no matter how far down you drop me, I'm still going to pull air from somewhere and allow this thing to run. And that's what I think most likely caused our issue. I have the right to have every adjustability that I want on this carburetor. I needed to make sure that I could bring the idle down as low as I wanted. That way I can just properly make sure that this timing is on at the low RPM where we wanted it. Now, what I likely would have done if that carburetor did not solve the problem. Thank God that it did. But I would have taken this point plate back off again and gone back into the advancer unit. If you haven't seen the video on just cleaning that up, make sure that it's working, sometimes those springs can weaken over time. So even though this thing is operating at a low RPM, those springs in that advancer unit could be trying to open itself up with that centrifugal force that's happening with the camshaft. I would have just taken the springs off and put a piece of wire where those springs were and locked them in so that advancer unit is then locked in and it won't have the ability to spring open at idle. Obviously you can't run the bike like that, but it would have told us at idle what could be going on with that advancer unit. But we have solved it. Thank you all for hanging out along with this series as we try to bring this thing back to life. We gotta clean the tank out. It's just been soaking over there in vinegar for like maybe 2 weeks now because I completely forgot about it. And now we can clean this thing up and go through the electrical system, make sure all the lights are working. So I might make a video on that if we have something that's not working. Otherwise, I appreciate you guys sticking around to see if this was the problem, and it is. It's gonna be a good day. We got lots more work to do, lots more content to shoot. I'll see you guys next week.